Hey everybody, it's Buffaque here. So it's been a while since I've got a video out to you guys. I apologize for that. Things have just been really strange lately. I'm sure it's the same for all of you as we're sort of in the midst of the coronavirus. Life certainly looks a lot different. At least it does for me and my family. Looks a lot different than what it did just a couple of months ago. So we're doing fine, but I apologize for not having more content for you guys, but hopefully that'll be turning around here pretty soon. Today I've got a video for you guys on the Spyderco Centofante 3. This is a knife that I bought just a few days ago, so I've got a very limited amount of experience with it, but I've got to say, what experience I have so far, I really like it. This is a knife that's been around for a while. This is the Centofante 3. The Centofante 4, if I understand correctly, is actually discontinued. It's no longer available. You might be able to find a few still floating around out there, but it seems that the 3 is the only one that is still being produced. I bought this new at one of my local shops, and it's actually not the knife I went in to purchase. I was going in to buy the new Tenacious Lightweight, and I checked the Lightweight Tenacious out before, and the more I handled it, honestly, the more I just thought, I had a Tenacious before. It wasn't the Lightweight, it was just standard Tenacious, and I gave it away. And the more I handled the Lightweight, I thought, the only thing that has really changed about it is the handle. And I don't know, I still just wasn't convinced that it was something I needed to buy. However, once I picked this up, I was really interested in this. I had never handled one before. I've seen them around, but there are a lot of things that I like about this blade. And what you're looking at right now is the number one thing. This is an extremely slim knife. The handle material, this is FRN, just like you get on a standard Endura or a Delica, Dragonfly, a lot of those. It's standard FRN, but it's not textured. The back side is not textured at all. It's completely smooth. The front side, the only texturing are these two little ribbons you see in the side of the scale. That's it. So it's really smooth, very thin. The blade on this is, let me check here. Yeah, the blade thickness is 0.079 inches. So it's 2 millimeters. That's an extremely thin blade. Translation, it makes for a great slicer. It's a very narrow blade with a hollow grind. Not a full flat grind, but a hollow grind. It makes for a great slicer. Not going to stand up to any kind of prying tasks. Okay, it'd be very easy to break the blade if you tried to use it to pry something. But just as far as a classic EDC knife, very thin, extremely razor sharp, and a great slicer. It is in VG10 steel, so will hold a good edge, and when it does start to lose its edge, fairly easy to resharpen. A good looking blade. Okay, it has the downward sweep here just forward of the jimping. And then you've got this nice little swedge right on the front of the blade. I like that a lot. Just kind of gives it a neat look. Something a little different. I like that forward swedge. Just a good looking knife. Let's talk about the pocket clip. Standard black-coated pocket clip, nothing special. There we are. This knife can be carried tip up or tip down. Right hand only. No left hand carry available on the Centofante 3. Right hand only, tip up or tip down. When I bought this, it was actually tip down carry. And so I switched it. On the other side, one of kind of the first things that jumps out to you when you're just looking at the Centofante 3 is the little spider on the back of the blade. That's just basically, it's inlaid into the material, so it's flush. It's not really recessed. Well, it is recessed down into it, but it doesn't stick up above it, so it's a flush fitting thing. I like it because, to me, this has, whoops, gosh, sorry guys, knocked over the tripod. To me, this knife kind of has a vintage look. It kind of has an old school look to it. I think the reason, to me, it has that, for one, it having FRN scales that are not textured, that's a little bit, to me, it kind of reminds me of the earlier generation Spydercos, like the clip-it stuff. The earlier generation Enduras and Delicas, where one side of the grip was totally smooth like this, and then the other side would have like that volcano texturing. So it kind of reminds me of that. And the big spider you have on the back there, it's just not something you see on a lot of their blades. You pretty much always get the one on the actual steel, but very rarely do you see something decorative on the handle like that. So I kind of like it. It's something a little different. Just the right amount of flash without being gaudy. Kind of like it. Again, hollow ground VG10 blade. The only complaint that I have, and this is really minimal, but the only thing I found that is maybe less than perfect for me on this knife is the very top here, the top of the jimping, just above the Spidey hole. You know, you could maybe argue that it's a little bit of a hot spot. It's really not bad. It's certainly not bad enough to, you know, cut you or scratch or anything like that. But, I mean, maybe there could have been a way of maybe not doing like those last two jimping ridges right there and rounding that out just a little. But again, you know, that's really minimal. I'm sure they did it this way on purpose so that you get a good forward grip with that thumb, and it comes to a definite point. And it feels great in the hand. It feels really nice and secure, even without any kind of texturing to speak of on the grips. Feels nice in the hand. It's got a good action. Try to get that on camera for you guys. There you are. Good solid lockup. It is a backlock design. Again, just like the Enduras, the Delicas, the Dragonflies. You're not going to have as smooth action on this as you will with one of the other locking types that you can get from Spyderco. But for a backlock, it feels great. Feels just fine. Size comparison. It's certainly bigger than the Delica. Okay, this is a Delica here. It's bigger than the Delica, however, it's smaller than the Endura. I don't have the Indela. My guess is it's probably very similar in size to the Indela. Honestly, I've seen a lot of people compare this to the Delica. I actually think this is a closer component to the Endura. All right, I think it's more similar in size to the Endura than it is the Delica. There's another look at it. It does come with Centofante laser engraved on the blade. Trying to think if there's anything. Yeah, it is a Seki City, Japan made knife. It's not one of the ones that's made in golden. I think that's part of the reason why you can get this for the price that you can. The Centofante goes for right around $80. This one was $80, but it was the display. It was the last one they had, so I got it sort of on sale, so I got it for a few dollars off. But you're looking right around the price of Delica, Endura, kind of right in that area. It's certainly under $100. You know, if you got yourself a $100 bill, you can certainly pick up a Centofante. Yeah, I think the coolest thing about this is the blade shape. You know, the blade steel is nothing revolutionary. It's VG10, pretty standard. But the blade shape with that little swedge on the front really looks cool. You've got that hollow grind, so the blade looks like it's got a lot going on. And then the little inlay, the Spyder inlay in the grip, sort of makes it unique. Let me know what you think, guys, if this is a blade that you have. This has certainly been around for a long time. To me, this is kind of an old school, cool kind of knife, just because it has that old school vintage Spyderco look to it. Let me know what you think about it. How many of you guys have this knife? Is this one that you have in the collection that you rarely carry? You know, do you carry this every day? I was sort of thinking there's not a whole lot of people carrying the Centofante every day, because I'm on several Spyderco Facebook pages, and I don't see a whole lot of love for the Centofante. Probably just because it's an older design, and nowadays you can sort of get more knife for the money than the Centofante. But again, I think it's a great blade. It's nice and lightweight, 2.5 ounces. I mean, it's a really lightweight blade, 2.5 ounces. You know, you're talking about something that is, I hate to use the term forgettable, but it kind of is. You clip it to your pocket, and you're not going to feel 2.5 ounces. You're really not. So, yeah, just another cool blade. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, I'll be trying to get some more content out for you guys. Don't know what it's going to look like in the coming weeks. Like I said, things have certainly changed and slowed down a lot. I'm thankful that you know, me and my family, we're all still healthy. You know, we still have our jobs, so we've got a lot to be thankful for. But hope you guys are doing well. Let me know what you think, and stay safe out there. We'll see you next time.